Hey, yo, what up, to everybody? It's Coach Shaw back again. Got a special guest here, one of the top coaches in Broward County. Also, co-host with me is Coach Amp, Fort Lauderdale assistant coach. Let's talk a little bit about Teddy Lyons. He came from Stoneman Douglas, had a successful career over there. Now he's the head coach at it. Chaminade-Madonna, pretty prestigious school of football in the area. And we want to congratulate you to you there because we haven't had you on the show yet. So it should be a fun time. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, great. Glad to be here. Don't be introducing me as one of the best coaches in Broward now.
It's okay, the best coach in Broward. There you go.
It's a lot of good coaches in Broward County that I got tremendous respect for, and man, excited to be here. Excited to be here.
Let's talk about you as a player. How was you as a player? What kind of success did you have as a killer in high school? What high school did you go to? Tell me about your history as being a player.
So I'm from Chicago originally. Okay. I played basketball at Chicago Dunbar High. Rivals were King High School, Robeson High School, DuSable High School, the Red Central back then in Chicago high school basketball. I was an okay player. I think I'm a far better coach than I was a player. And a lot of what I do as a coach is born out of me not feeling like I got what I needed as a player. So that's why I am the way I am as a coach. So I was an okay player, support player, and really didn't reach my full potential. But I played on some very good teams. We lost to my junior year. We lost to Will Bynum and Crane High School.
Crane. So Sharon Collins went to Crane too.
Yeah. I got to shout this out. So in my high school time from '97 to 2001, Chicago had some great high school basketball players, including Dwayne Wade, including Eddie Curry, including Corey Maggette, including Quentin Richardson, including Darius Miles, including Sean Dockery, including Leon Smith, including Luther Head, including Amari Sawyer, including Will Bynum, Florentino Valencia, some guys that were on my team, Jason Strait, 4-year starter at Wyoming, Aaron Spears to Illinois, Calvin Smallwood, one of the best. I mean, it was, and I've missed probably 20. I think from my high school time, from the late 90s to 2000, 2001, I think more than 30 players in my high school time went to the pros from Illinois and that area. So D Brown was another one. And then another one was Sean Dockery, who went to Duke.
Sean Dockery, I remember him. He was really good. He was ranked like number 1 in the country at one point, right?
Yes. And a lot of people don't know Luther Head's name, but Luther Head was a monster.
From Illinois. He played with D Brown.
Went to the Houston Rockets.
They went to the Final Four.
That's right. I played against several of those guys. Again, didn't have a high school career I had hoped for, but played with some really good players, played against some really good players. Like I said, far better coach still than I was a player.
Anybody influenced you to be a coach? Anybody influenced you to put you in that position?
So it was a combination of experience, and then when I got into my early 20s, I started to understand basketball a lot better. Player, I didn't understand the game as much as I did, so I started to study the game.
You breaking up a little bit too.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So I started to study the game a lot more when I got a little bit older. And so when I got to my mid-20s, my wife would complain when I was going to play basketball a lot. I'm always getting hurt. So, but me around the game, it allowed me to look for young men, kind of like myself, who could have been a little bit better than they were, but just needed a coach to just really push them, and develop them. So look, back in my high school day, there wasn't 1,000 travel teams. You had 3 shoe teams in Chicago. That big city, New York, Chicago, LA. It's not a travel team around every corner. It was no daddy travel teams. And so the best of the best were on those teams. And if you didn't have somebody working with you, pushing you, training you, developing you, and so I developed a passion for doing that, and that drive to want to see kids who needed to grow but had potential is what made me want to become a coach.
So coaching so far, you know what I mean? He's coaching that I like that the Stoneman does. What's the big kid you had at Stoneman does? David, you know who?
Demaryius Summers.
Talking about? Yeah, Demaryius. He was a problem.
How good was he, David?
No, he was good. He was really good. He was a problem.
Where's he at now?
He's at Shawan. He's at Shawan, the D2 up in the Carolinas, and he's really doing well there. Had a really good first season there, and is really worked his way into the lineup. I think what happens, he was player of the year in Broward County for us. Let's give credit where credit is due. He was a 1-year player for me. He was developed by Deerfield, and came over to us as a senior. And we were fortunate enough to have a really good nucleus that we developed at Stoneman Douglas, because we had gone 17-3 the previous year. And so bring him in.
That was probably your best team up to date.
Yeah,
I think so. So I'll say it like this: my most talented team was the team with Demaryius Summers. My best team was the 17-3 team. The 17-3 team the year before we got Summers. We were good. We were good.
What was your record that year?
Yo, 17-3.
17-3.
Yeah.
17-3.
They had us down. They had us down by like 11.5. I was like, oh man.
We got upset in the playoffs. That year definitely should have been us going against Springs in the district championship in that 7A region. We got upset in the first round. A kid out of Germany gave us like 35, and Boca upset us. But that was my best basketball team. The next year with Summers, we were talented, we were good, but we played Riviera Prep tough that year 2 years ago. We had some really good games that year, and we lost to Deerfield in the district championship game at the buzzer. And then we came back to amazing atmosphere, one of the best basketball atmospheres. I think it was the game of the year.
I went to the regional quarterfinal. I think I was at that game. That's
the regional game we lost by 2.
Yeah, that's the year Deerfield went to states, I think.
Yes. Well, no, that's the year Deerfield went to Columbus.
They
regional
lost
final versus Columbus. In fact, I think I talked to Shaw that morning, and I said, Shaw, whoever wins between me and Deerfield tonight,
I remember.
is going to play Columbus. And Shaw said, "What, you think so?" I said, "Shaw, whoever wins between me and Deerfield tonight is playing Columbus." So that was the game. We fell short. Kudos to them. They played really good, and we lost at the little things got us at the free throw line in that regional final game, the regional semi game for sure.
What was the reason that you made the decision to leave Chaminade? I mean, leave Stoneman Douglas, go to Chaminade? You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between administrations? How do you like it? What's the difference between the two schools?
So, number one, Stoneman Douglas has a really good athletics department. I'll say that about Stoneman Douglas. Like, as far as kids there, you'll be surprised how many athletes are in that Parkland Coral Springs area right there, zone for Stoneman Douglas. A lot of good athletes across the board. I really was grateful for the experience, because you got to have a start, right? And I got my start as an assistant at Gibbons under Devin Barter the 1 year he was there and he's back at Coral Springs now. But you got to have a start, and they gave me a start at Stoneman Douglas as a head coach when I was relatively unknown in South Florida, and I'm very appreciative of that. And I thought that we did a great job over there building the program, building a culture of for basketball in our 4 years there. We had a rough start because it was COVID. Came in late the first year. It was COVID year. The next year we didn't get a lot of games. And we come out after that first off season, and my last 2 years at Douglas, it was combined 37-12 record. And so, very grateful. But I just felt
I'll say this though. That's saying something to be at Douglas to go 37-12 within 2 years. I'm talking. That's like
that's a big deal.
A very big deal because they for a long time they was pretty much bottom feeders.
And I thought Orlando before me did a pretty decent job.
Right.
He won the last district championship there in 2015, right? Somewhere
Oh,
around there.
okay. Yeah, they had some success then. My apologies, Coach.
Because we won in the Stranahan that year.
Yeah.
You were at Stranahan, right?
Yeah, I was at Stranahan. Yeah.
Yeah.
They beat you?
I thought that last year,
they beat you that year?
17-3 year, we came on the scene. And I think, Amp, were you at? Yeah, we came in the Stranahan, and I think that's when everybody said, okay.
Yeah.
No, we didn't beat them.
Yeah.
We didn't beat them. Stranahan beat us, but I think they had blown everybody out by like 40, 5 games in a row.
Yeah. I said that's the game they went up by like 10 points at halftime. I was like, okay, we got to play now.
We're right there in that game.
We got to play now, okay? Yeah. So,
yeah. In fact, that's a day we came in, and I think I was able to. I think that game showed that I could really coach basketball.
Oh yeah.
We came in there and relatively unknown, no one really taking us seriously, and I think the game plan we had there. If it wasn't for T, Stranahan would have got upset. That kid T caught fire. Hit some big threes. In fact, I left that game and called another one of our coaching colleagues. I said, "Man, Stranahan's gonna run it back." He said, "You think so?" I said, "Yeah, it's just something about they metal because we gave them everything we had. We didn't turn the ball over. They were a high turnover team, forcing turnovers. I think we had 8 turnovers the whole game. Our press break was working well. We didn't turn the ball over, but so that game, showed us. But in leaving Douglas, it was really a personal decision based on me feeling like I wanted to be flat out with an athletic director and administration that I felt was going to support the kids fully in their sport. And I thought that while Douglas was a great school, we sent kids to school from there. Even the guys who didn't go play ball, average GPA on our basketball team was 3.5. Every kid that was a senior went on either academic or basketball scholarship to school. So, very proud of that. But I just didn't feel like it was going to be sustainable long term to build a basketball program that was going to be a perennial winner based on and that's what I wanted. So coming over to Chaminade, to be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, I thought that I was going to sit out last year.
I remember having a conversation with you about it.
I thought I was going to sit out. Even when they put the article out in the local Coral Springs Park newspaper, people were like, what is this dude doing? He's just walking away after 2 really good seasons, and where's he going to go? I didn't have a job at the time, but my heart said it was time for me to move on. And I'm very grateful to Stoneman Douglas for that opportunity that I did have over there, but it was time to go. And, you don't stay longer than you're supposed to stay, right? And, you don't leave before you're supposed to leave, but it was time to leave. But coming in Chaminade presented a new challenge. But also, man, the AD at Chaminade, Matthew Bishop, shout out Matthew Bishop. The guy just gets it. The AD at Chaminade gets it. He is the hardest working person one of the hardest working persons I've ever been around.
Okay.
He shows up for every sport, for all of the athletes, for all of the coaches, for all of the kids. And the guy he wants Chaminade Athletics to be at a high level. And we know our football program and what they're doing, but he wants that success for all of our groups. And he gets it that it's a student athlete. So he wants these kids to have these great experiences. So I think he really vetted out the situation with the coaching. I actually, to be honest with you, I'll tell y'all something y'all probably don't know. I thought I was going to be at Somerset Key. I left the Somerset Key interview and I called a few coaching friends. I said, "Hey man, I'm gonna get this Key job." And when that fell through, I said, "Okay, maybe I'm gonna sit out in Chaminade Open last minute."
Right.
And so that's how that happened.
That's awesome, man.
What's up, man?
So you, Coach.
So I know last year was pretty much your first year coaching in the, like public schools and stuff. So I would want to say what's the biggest difference between public and private schools, or is there a difference? Or
so I'll be honest, on some side, yes, there's a difference in coaching in public versus private. I do think that there's a move towards private school.
Yeah.
A lot of parents are starting to want that for their kids. Number one is education, right? And then now, the Step Up for Kids has been made available for, these programs have been made available to help subsidize the costs for parents. A lot of parents are moving in that private direction. Now, coaching is coaching, public, private on that side.
Well, you know what I meant by that, though. You know what I meant.
Yes. Now, I will tell you, for me, and I'm gonna say how it is with me. Stoneman Douglas is a public school only in name.
Right.
So it kind of has a lot of the private school type of feel. Right. So I don't feel much different as it relates to that. Now I'll tell you where it is different. There's a lot of rules that are favorable for private schools as it relates to getting kids eligibility, those types of things. I don't make those rules, but I'm just saying they're the rules as they are favor private schools. We can go into specifics if you want, but that's the difference. Private schools can easier get to it.
You don't have to. No.
Yeah, and the public schools struggle a little bit. We all see that. But is it a better education? Do you think?
Man, look. Education begins at home.
Yeah.
We got bright kids in public schools and private schools. You can go over to Coral Springs, and there's a kid on Coral Springs basketball team. He's one of the smartest kids in Broward County, public or private.
Bros up. He answered questions though.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I just think that there's some things that are offered in public schools, private schools rather, that public schools just don't have anymore. That's been moved out for whatever reasons. So I do think the smaller class sizes and setting, there's some advantages there.
Okay. So when the transfer news that said Jason Lopez was transferring to Chaminade, what was your first reaction?
Y'all going there, man? Y'all going there, bro.
First reaction.
So let's make this very clear that was a football move.
Oh yeah.
Let's get that out of the way.
I said now.
No, let's not even say that.
I was like, I hit the jackpot.
He wanted to go to it wasn't a football move. It was he wanted to better school for better education. That was the move.
Educational move.
It was a good education.
So let me say, Jason
that benefit his
Lopez, when you
family.
hear a kid
That
like
moved
that,
in the area.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yes,
So,
they did.
no.
When you hear that a kid like that is coming to your building, you set the clock ahead a year.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Your
so that was
raised
my
up.
reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyebrows raised up. Right. I'm a very plan ahead type of guy.
Right.
I had a plan when I walked into Douglas. I had a plan when I walked into Chaminade. And let's just say that Jason Lopez put me a year ahead of schedule.
Facts.
So I had no objections.
Woo, that's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. I don't know how much I don't know if you know how highly we think of that kid and his ability and some of the stuff he does. It's just natural ability. He's just naturally his feel for the game is amazing, man. So you're getting a special player, man.
For Broward, he's pretty much new. For Broward, he pretty much new. But if you haven't seen him play, he can get busy. Let me tell you that. He can get busy.
Yeah. So we went to team camp up in Gainesville. We had our whole group up there.
Right.
And yeah. So
he's
better than advertised, but I can say he's even a better kid, man.
Right.
He's even a better kid.
Right.
You meet Jason Lopez, you walk past him, you have no idea. He is who he is as an athlete.
By the way, 2025 player rankings are dropping this Sunday. This Sunday.
There we go.
All right.
Shout
That's
out
gonna
to
be something. That's gonna be something.
So let's talk about your team, man. We already aren't talking about Lopez. Let's talk. We know we got Isaac Mother, still one of the top point guards in 2025. Is he 25, right?
Yeah, 25.
2025, floor leader, big, strong, shoot the ball, can get to the hoop, distributor. Now he has a better team around him. Tell me the other guys that's on your team that's going to be able to you're going to be able to surround him with to get buckets and to defend.
Yeah. So first of all, let me just say this about Isaac Motherseal. Y'all better ask somebody.
He's tough.
That baby is one of the best basketball players in South Florida, hands down. He is, and he has a motor. He has an unmatched work ethic. He loves playing defense as much as he loves playing offense. He is a dog on both ends of the floor, and very underrated. I'm really happy for him. I recognize right away his closeness with the previous coach Rich, and I understood where he was. We had some moments last year, and shout out to him, his parents. They stuck through and stayed with us when I would have understood if he walked out the door. And it's rare. And now he's gonna be a 4-year kid, and I think he's gonna get rewarded this year for staying. It's a rare thing now especially when you that good. And I'm no fool. His phone rang a lot last October, when this all went down, and the kid stayed and he works hard for us. That kid had 2 40-point games last year, 5 35+ point games last year.
One against us.
5 games where he went. One. Well, I wasn't gonna say that, but
go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead. Tell him.
Yeah. So I think I ain't gonna do that. I think what this year does for him is it's gonna give him the ability to be showcased, because when you're not surrounded, when you're not on a team that's very competitive, and we competed with what we had last year. The kids who were here did a great job, but now that we're where we are, he's going to be showcased now in the way that he wasn't before, and I think he's going to be a steal for any school on the next level.
Who's recruiting them?
Well, right now, he's been offered by Palm Beach State. Several D2s are recruiting him. Palm Beach Atlantic really likes him. We got a couple of schools in Carolina that like him. Albany State likes him. A couple of D1s have come in late here. Holy Cross has liked him. Princeton is showing a little bit of interest. So, he's starting to get a little bit more interest, especially as we came through the summer and team camp and into the fall. And, I just want him to be in the right situation and have an opportunity. Kid's got a 4.0 GPA as well. So he's going to be just fine.
Yeah.
Local college coaches.
As far as
hold up, Coach.
Let me say this.
Hold up, Coach. Let me say this. Local college coaches.
Yeah.
If you're in the area, please stop in their gym, stop in their practice, better yet, so you can shake the coach's hands and go see this kid that he's talking about. He needs to be recruited locally as well. So go take a look at him, and he can really play defense. So go ahead, Coach. My fault. Let's talk about your team. You hear me? Coach, you hear me?
No, you're good, man. No, you're good, man. And look, that's a good point to make, man. They say you are who you can defend, but our team, we have some new pieces, obviously.
Okay.
And I think that we have a long way to go as far as our team getting up to Coach Teddy's expectations. I always have my mantras with them. And they know if you're gonna play for Coach Teddy from the shy, there's a certain way we gotta guard, certain way we gotta hustle, a certain way we gotta get after it if we're gonna meet our goals. I like our group. I think they're starting to grow their personal chemistry, and I am a big believer that translates to the court. Not that everybody on the team has to be best friends with each other, but getting along helps you get along. And I think that these guys continue to grow their relationships like they are. They're working hard in practice. I think they all have a sense of where they are as a group and what they want to accomplish. And that's big. Good. We all hear the same. Good teams are coach-led, great teams are player-led. And so, we're just trying to get these guys to step up and be accountable to one another, lead one another. But I love the group. I think this team has the potential to be the best team I've had my hands on.
I know. Go ahead, Coach.
No, you had some good teams in the past, so that's some big shoes to fill. That's a very.
It is, but so. When you look at the my teams in the past, I think we were very good as a committee.
Right.
Think this group. I think this group, we have the ability to be good as a committee, but then we got a few guys that can make plays beyond the X's and O's.
Right.
And when you have that, especially at the guard spots, I don't care what anybody say. Guard plays everything. Especially guys that can make those plays. And we got potential to be good. And I'm hanging on to that word potential because they got to get past those previous teams I had.
Yeah.
Talk about your schedule, Coach. Who y'all playing? Who's the toughest team on your schedule? Your rival?
Man.
Who you looking forward to play?
Sagemont.
Yes.
Come on. Come on, man. You seen the schedule, dog. Come on, let's not play.
Okay.
Sagemont is the toughest team on our schedule. But we got a good schedule. I'm looking forward to it, especially in that second half. I think 10 out of our 11 games in that second half are really, really, really we come out of the second half. I think Sagemont is our first game out of the holiday break. So we got to be ready for the likes of Knowles and the former kid who played for me, Kevin Thomas.
That is right.
These guys,
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Lombard, these boys, I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, please. No,
kid the same,
but they are.
The UM kids there too.
Yeah,
Matthew Abel, I think.
Yes, they are. They special.
He's nice. He's good.
He's good.
He's good. Like that kid's a professional basketball player.
So we come out the second half with he's very good. He's very good.
Hey,
so we come out the second half with
a good matchup.
But you know what I love?
And then
I tried to do this from
still.
the day I walked into Stoneman Douglas, and I know a lot of guys looked at me like, "Man, you out of your mind."
Right.
And I think that I love competition.
What do you think of that point guard matchup?
Coming out of the gate in the second half, we're gonna find out a lot about ourselves.
It got to get to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, I got disconnected there, but
back to
we were talking about Sagemont, right? I think that game has a potential to be a really big game. One thing about me, and I love putting my team in situations that they're challenged, because you don't get better as a team.
Oh man, that's important to me. I want to hear about the point guard matchup. Who do you think?
We stand on Sagemont?
Because I think I think that's a great point guard matchup right there. Who do you think gonna win the point guard matchup?
Now, come on, man.
And he got to go with his guy.
Listen,
that kid knows real.
I think that Knowles is one of the best players in Broward. He's a great point guard, and I just think it's an opportunity when two juggernauts get to run up against each other.
Yeah,
I think it's an opportunity for both of those guys to show what they can do. I expect it to be highly competitive. Them going against each other, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be. Y'all play them at Sagemont or at home?
We play them at Sagemont, man. We're appreciative of the game. I can get back and forth with Kevin Thomas a little, because he played for me, and about that game. But we're very excited.
Man, it's hard to win.
It's going to be great. We're looking
Sagemont is very tough to play at, man.
Very tough to play.
All right. So we'll get your top 7, man.
That's the perfect place then. That's why top 7 in the county?
Yeah, top 7.
Ooh. Top 7 in Broward County. Are we going by position, or just going?
Hey, you can throw Chaminade in there.
Wow. Okay.
You can throw Chaminade in there too.
Chaminade?
Yeah, Chaminade top 7.
Top 7. Wait a minute.
No,
don't do that.
I'm gonna be.
Because all their players ain't gonna be there.
Huh?
All their players ain't gonna be there until football season over with.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, let's do this.
So are we talking about the top 7 teams, top 7 players?
He's still trying to tell me this.
All my Wi-Fi. I'm on cellular. We're gonna see what happens.
Okay.
But top 7 teams or top 7 coaches? I mean players.
Teams for right now. Teams.
So are we talking top 7 teams or top 7 players?
Teams.
Are we
Yeah, his Wi-Fi. Not doing well.
Mm-hmm. Teams. So we talking top 7 teams.
Are we talking about Broward or?
Yeah, just Broward. Just Broward.
Okay. In Broward, I think Sagemont. I think St. Thomas. I think Western.
Western 3.
I think
Westminster.
4.
I think Coral Glades.
5.
I think our team should be in the top 7.
Get what I'm talking about. Put Chaminade in there. That's what I'm talking about.
Put some respect on my name.
Put
man.
Chaminade in there.
So I think be there. And then I would say number 7. It's a toss up, I think, but I'm gonna go with a team. I'm gonna go with Blanche Ely.
What about Calvary?
Oh well, yeah, Calvary. Calvary definitely. I'm sorry, Calvary.
Where would Calvary be at?
Calvary would be in the. You know what? They would be in the middle of there, somewhere between the 3rd and 15th. Okay. And I mean, I was thinking more public, so we're including private too. North Broward Prep should be in that. North Broward Prep should be in there.
Yeah, it's all schools.
Certainly one of the top teams in Broward County. So we're going public
You
private.
Start over? Can you start over?
Okay, so we're going public private. We're going all of them.
We're going all of them.
We're going Sagemont, Calvary, St. Thomas, Western, North Broward Prep, Chaminade.
Hey, Stranahan. Y'all ain't done.
Stranahan. I missed a couple. I missed a couple. Stranahan's in there. It's hard.
I was gonna get a phone call the next morning.
No, it's hard. No, so yeah, Stranahan's in there for sure. I'm telling you, it's hard.
Yeah.
You just think of it off the top of the head. But yeah, Stranahan's in there for sure. So that yeah.
Let's just leave it at
it's
that.
It's hard, man. You should have said 10.
Yo.
Oh man.
So listen. So now we got your top 7 players in Broward County.
That's even harder.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's even harder. But I'll give my top 7, and it's my top 7, right? So
yours,
mine, yes. So I'll give mine. Alex Lloyd. This is no particular order.
Oh, no. Whoa, that's too easy. Come on, man.
Oh, you want to go in order?
Man.
All right.
We're going in order, and I'm writing down. I do this every show. You gotta watch it.
All right, we do it every show. So Kevin Thomas,
he's number 1.
Alex Costanza, Alex Lloyd.
Hey, so if we got Sean
would be definitely there.
So I ain't gonna let you just.
Right. You can help me.
Okay. Where would he be at?
Right, I think he's 4.
Sean?
Yep. really polished offensive player.
Yeah.
Right.
So Kevin Thomas, Alex Lloyd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alex Costanza.
Okay.
And Sean. Yeah. I know.
That's 4. That's 4.
5.
That's 5.
DJ Wembley. Jason Lopez. And I go Abel.
Yeah.
Man, Abel way down there.
Yeah, that's tough though.
Look, put it so.
No, I mean, you're right. That.
But it's my list.
No, he's right.
List,
this is a tough list.
Hey man, I gotta get something in before I keep getting kicked off.
Oh man, you're right, bro. I'm looking at this list, bro. It's like, it's so much talent.
And listen, to be honest with you,
Mac Abel could easily be up at the top.
He could
Sean
be, but it's hard because when I project, I'm going off of my favorite players too, like just watch because I'm a fan of the game too, right?
Yeah.
I think Kevin Thomas, his projection on the next stage, crazy. I think that about Sean, but I think Sean's he's like the best scorer down here. He could just fill it up, but I don't think he's defender. I don't think he's the more complete player that some of those other guys on the list are. But because he just crazy special on offense, he's in the top 7 for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's look, we missed some. DJ Sandy that kid's running up the list.
Yeah.
I
think he's probably one of the most underrated guards in the state.
Kid's running up the list. He runs a team. He does a good job. He defends crazy good.
Not here. I think here he gets his credit, but I feel like everywhere else he needs, more recognition for the stuff that he does. Not just on offense, but on defense.
DJ Sandy, he's good, man. He's
really good.
Yeah, but all right, Coach. I appreciate you coming on, man. It was a great show. Definitely had fun. Huh? What you say?
I appreciate you, man.
I can't hear you. What'd you say?
I said the time I did have was great. I kept getting kicked off.
No, it's hard.
Hey, we'll do it again.
We'll do it again, man. All right, Coach. I'll talk to you soon, my brother.
All right, guys. Take it easy.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
All right.